This podcast is a part of the Royal We Network.
Spit on me.
Weren't you just telling me about a time where you were at a gym and you thought you saw Carrot Top?
And it was.
And it was Carrot Top.
It was Carrot Top.
Set the scene for us. So paint the scene.
Well, it was the mid-2000s.
The mid-aughts.
The mid-aughts. Orlando, Florida.
On the bottom.
Yeah, it's printing out.
In green text.
FBI headquarters, Langley, Virginia.
Carrot Top on the scene.
Yeah. Oh, this isn't working. There's a hammer and foot. Look, CIA. Look, I see, and I've got a prop of an I and an A.
He's got a quarter on his back. Okay.
Well, he's a quarterback. All right, not working. Next one.
That's our Carrot Top.
That's our Carrot Top.
You saw Carrot Top.
Yeah.
You thought you saw him.
Well, it was Carrot Top.
How do you know it was him, though?
Well, you don't. Once you look twice, you're like that. Nobody else can be Carrot Top. Yeah. Because, like I said earlier, he's like someone took a red-headed Barbie doll and screwed its head on like a He-Man body. It's like
he does look like an action figure.
He does. He's got like a ripped physique, but he's stuck with that Carrot Top, man.
He's really not stuck. He could cut his hair.
He could cut his hair. He's gotten a lot of work done, but so say there's not much you can do with it.
Why are people? Has anyone ever gotten facial surgery that looked good?
I really don't know.
I guess girls in Korea.
The thing is, maybe people have, and we've seen them like that for the first time, and we don't know that they looked worse than that.
Oh, that's the thing, and it's just like
like you see Gary Shandling, and then you see Gary Shandling again, and you're like, what happened? Your head is like a giant grape with lips.
Right.
You know, like you're not
like
fooling
that girl
anybody.
From Tattoo.
The
Russian lesbians. Her name Tattoo?
What? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what I'm talking about. They had that song. I don't know what I'm talking about. She got surgery. It looked good.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's certain things you can fix. You know, if you got a weird nose or something. But I mean,
Carrot Top was an alright looking guy.
He was fine, yeah. And I think but what he did is he overplayed his cards. He made his body make his head stick out, you know? Because he should have equalized it all out. Listen to me criticize Carrot Top. Listen, Carrot Top. A man who's made tremendous effort to better his life.
Let me sit here and drink my Guatemalan cold brew and tell you how it's done.
Yeah, I've got my Guatemalan brown drip, and I'm going to tell you what I think about your face.
Welcome to another episode of The Royal We. I'm Sam.
I'm Nate.
If you guys are just joining us for the first time, what we normally do is we take headlines
and we just conjecture them.
Yeah, we just have conjecture-based podcast conversations about headlines. We don't ever really read the news. We do allow ourselves to read one article at the end.
The card, we call it.
We play the card. If you guys want to submit us headlines, and you really should, you guys can do that at RoyalWeCast on Twitter or RoyalWeCast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
I also, if you guys can send us sound effects.
Yeah, sometimes we need help.
That would be nice.
Crowbar in between topics.
Guys, you could do that.
You could, please.
Here's a sound effect that we picked ourselves.
Yeah.
This one goes out to the late Mr. Leahy.
Mr. Leahy, is this you talking or the liquor? Randy, I am the liquor.
Let's get into it. You want to read some news?
Let's do it.
All right. Okay. You know what? I'm going to go big first.
Okay. Like Carrot Top.
Can you see the bold one? I want you to read it. Oh
my God.
Bold.
Oh my, what?
Bold. It's bold and beautiful.
I remember saying you found some perform like an art thing, and
How do I make it big?
I can see it.
You can got it?
Yeah, I can got it.
Here it is. Here's one I found myself.
Yeah. And it's making me read it. My brain's still processing that. Woman's egg fertilized by dog for art project. Now, the other day we started watching The Island of Dr. Moreau.
And we didn't make it all the way through it.
Because I remember saying I saw that movie when I was like 14 years old in the theater. My mom took me and some friends to go see that. I remember that being the first film that I ever left and just independently in my body of my own volition I was like, I don't think I like that.
We did it. We got about 40 minutes in.
And it takes a severe left
A good
turn.
20 minutes of it's like setting up this island, like what's going on.
Yeah.
And then just a goat woman's giving birth to a monkey baby. And you're like, what?
And he runs into the woods and there's a wolf man and there's like wolfmen and sheep people in tuxedos and there's a cat lady.
And there's a midget
who just looks like a foot and a half tall riding around on.
He's hanging out with Marlon Brando, who looks like Darth Vader out of the suit.
Yeah, he does.
And they're both dressed the same. They're playing piano and they're having dinner and talking with monkey people. And we turned it off.
Yeah, but we wanted to finish it just because it was late.
It was late.
Yeah, but anyway.
This woman,
she was doing an island of Dr. Moreau.
We don't know that it was. We don't know that the woman whose egg was fertilized was the artist. I would imagine it was.
I would think.
I mean, who's going to give
who's donating eggs for stuff like that? I mean, people. I guess if everybody needs a buck.
But it wasn't fertilized by a dog.
I don't think that can happen, right?
I don't think it was. I mean,
you can say it was, but I don't think nature works that way. I mean, maybe sometimes you think is there that? No.
What's the art project? Saying that you did that? Put that on a resume?
I think the in purpose was We're Now the Art Project because we're talking about it.
We're talking about it.
We're talking about it.
Woman's egg fertilized by dog for art project. And it wasn't fertilized by a dog. It was fertilized by one Yahoo who collected an egg and collected some dog semen and shook them up.
Right. Yeah, because this isn't like a Tijuana donkey show happening down at the.
Do you know what this is? Do I have here in this vial?
That appears to be a...
Let me mix it up.
Oh, that appears to be a fertilized woman egg by dog.
It's 80% dog semen, 20% human embryo.
Makes you love your job, doesn't it? Every time you complain, there's somebody out having to do that. What do you do all day? Work for an art school. Like
Someone's jerking dogs off.
The weird one.
I mean, we've talked about people who like fist pigs.
Right?
Okay, let's go back to that. That's not
a
million years ago we talked about this.
Right.
Guys, we've been doing this for a long time. Take a little dip into a back catalog.
Yeah.
Apparently, let me see if I remember it.
Well, yeah, why were they
there was something like
pigs?
pork tastes better if it's been fisted.
Well, I know we said that, but is that what it was about?
It's hard to say because all we do is no. Pigs will have more pigs. They'll have a larger litter if they fist them first. They're not fisting them. They gotta like make them orgasm.
Right.
Which I guess they fist them to do that.
Jeez.
So there's like a farmer out there wearing plaid with a straw hat.
You think they don't have a pig fisting machine yet?
He's probably got a big bag on his hand.
Right.
One of those ones that goes all the way up to his shoulder.
Yeah, because people do that with cows. They have to reach in and check their stomach and they just go right in the back door up to their shoulder and the cow's
They're not checking the stomach through the ass.
They're doing something, man. They go all the way up to the shoulder.
Yeah,
but
a
cow and it doesn't even break a move.
A cow. A cow is like 3 shoulders. 4 shoulders.
4 shoulder long cow.
Its stomach, you're not going to get, your arm is weight.
I agree.
You're not going to get to its stomach. You're going to have to like roll up intestine up your sleeve like the fucking 80s.
Like the 80s?
I don't know what I'm talking about. Listen.
What's that? What is your idea of the 80s?
What my brain told me was like they used to roll up their sport jacket sleeves, and my brain was like you're arm deep in a cow, and you're rolling its intestines up on your shoulders like this,
like a 80s tracksuit or something.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, no one came with me. Woman's egg fertilized by dog for art project. Maybe. It wasn't. That's the big thing that you got to come down to. It wasn't fertilized by a dog for art project.
Right, and if it was, that should be for science project at that point, wouldn't it?
When does art project become science project?
When does science become art, Samuel? I don't know. Those are the questions we need to be asking.
I'm dumbfounded.
I am too. I mean, it's one of those things that's so out there that I don't even know what to say about it.
Well, all right.
I mean, really, let it roll around in my old head for a little bit.
We'll come back to it.
Yeah. It's so ridiculous.
That's the thing is, man, it's not offensive because imagine it was a woman. Right? So she took an egg out of herself. She had a dog, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But imagine if like some man artist was just jerking off on stuff. Was like, I jerked off into a chicken egg and this is what I made. Or I jerked off onto, like I incorporated my semen in my art.
There's people that do that.
There are, but like I feel like people have more patience for people who use like their period blood and stuff than they do their semen.
Okay.
All right. I'm saying, I've seen art made with period blood.
I've seen art. There's a Metallica album cover that's semen and blood.
Semen and blood?
Yeah, mixed together.
Metallica doesn't seem that edgy.
That's when they were making a comeback, man, and they all cut their hair. No, that's before they cut their hair in the 80s. Then they all cut their hair.
And they got real edgy? When did they get edgy? Before haircut or after haircuts?
I guess after haircuts, they started putting... They had that song called She Ate My Bitch, Whiskey on the Gyro.
That still doesn't sound like semen and bloodworthy.
Right.
Semen and bloodworthy is like, I've seen the documents, people. Literal vampire goblins.
It's grotesque.
That's in my mind a semen and blood. Or like really fucked up, I
don't know, semen in your gyro. Whiskey in your gyro. I don't know what I'm talking about.
But you know what I mean? I've always thought that, like, Metallica doesn't... I've listened to a couple of songs. They don't seem very, like, satanic or evil or or
No.
fucked up.
No.
But like,
But they just decided to put semen and blood on the cover of one of their...
but like people would listen to their music and they're like, this is corrupting our youth.
Yeah, they did a lot of that back in the 80s.
But Metallica? That's like you used to hear that about like Queen.
Right.
Queen! I mean, they're much more gay, I guess.
What is it?
Can you listen to a song and make you gay? But did they really think that's how it was going to work?
I think that's what they thought. But I've seen those documentaries where it was like that transcended that sort of thing.
I'm sure that was for most people, but not everyone.
No. But they were talking about these like, not to poke fun or make it, but they're like these like, hardcore, like street tough Brooklyn guys. They were like, the guy, he's queer or whatever. Like, I don't hang around them. I don't mess with that. This is them in the 80s, right? But then they're like, Freddie Mercury from Queen is gay. They're like, oh, really? Oh, well, fuck that. Queen's fucking awesome. And it just didn't, didn't matter. But it's like, they would still beat up a gay guy they saw on the street. It didn't make any sense.
No.
We've come a long way in some places.
In other places, we're getting dogs pregnant? I don't.
No, we're getting eggs fertilized by dogs. I don't even know where to go with that.
Okay.
See, these are the thoughts. Can I interject something quick here? It's burning my head away, and it's just I think I told you earlier. It's just a quick question.
Yeah.
Because this thing we're talking about, where does science become art? Where does art become science? Those are the questions you think you should ask. But what the questions that are rolling around in my head are like, it's like the time that, because sometimes it's going to sound ignorant.
No.
But sometimes, I've said this before, sometimes not knowing, even though it's the dumber choice, it's the one that's more fun.
Yeah.
Like I've said that before, like I used to sit sometimes when I was bored and just wonder, where do bats go in the wintertime? I used to think about that from time to time. Like I remember distinctly one time in the fall going on a walk through a park and that was rolling through my head. Sure. That's what I was thinking. It was, where bats go in the winter? And I was just like, making stuff up. And then I looked it up. I liked what I had pictured better. Because they just hibernate.
Okay, welcome to the fucking point of this show.
Right.
It's better not to know. How many times have we clicked the article and have been like, oh, right, that makes
probably
sense.
75% of the time.
Yeah, it's almost never fun.
But every now and then, it does make it better.
The only one I can remember off the top of my head that was good was when that lady had an eel in her ass.
Yeah. If it's your first time listening, this is what we do. But so this might be the same thing because I'm sure it's a quick look up on the internet.
I might even know.
You might know right off the bat. So a friend of mine, we were talking the other day, and we were talking back and forth about our mutual love for Arbys.
Okay.
Especially the mozzarella sticks. But it got me thinking, is Arbys named after a person? Like, what is because say that name. It's like saying slug several times. It loses all meaning. Arbys. Arby.
It's that news column, man.
Arbys is a news column?
Dear Arbys.
Oh, Dear Arbys? Dear Arbys.
It's the same. It's the same lady, isn't it?
Probably. So it's named after a woman?
I don't know if it's named after her. Actually, I don't know. I've always assumed.
Uh-huh.
Dear Arbys, my girlfriend won't let me go to Peru.
Dear Arbys, my eggs were fertilized by a dog for an art project.
Dear Arbys.
Where do bats go in the winter? Arbys just replies, try our new Bronco berry sauce. It's Broncorific.
Dude, have you seen their Twitter? They're out of their goddamn minds. They like quote stuff that they're referencing things that if you're not in that world, like started quoting all this stuff from Westworld.
Uh-huh.
About like a
Arbys.
violent Arbys, yeah.
See, what is Arbys a person? What would that even be short for? Arbuckles? If your name is Arbuckle, Arbiston? So, hey, what's your name? Arby Arbuckle-ston. Arby Barbie Arbisar.
Arborham?
Arborham? I guess you could just make up words and one
Arbys.
of those. But yeah, but Arbys, what's that short for? If that's a human
Why is
name.
that short for anything? Maybe just Arby.
If you ever in your life met anything other than the restaurant that's named Arby.
Have I met anything in my life?
Have you met an Arb?
Arb? No.
No?
No, you're right. Okay.
This is Arb. Arb? It's short for arbitrary.
Should I look it up?
Do it. Let's just ruin another one of my things.
Why is it called Arby's? Ugh. Because the guy who invented it were the Raffle brothers. R.B. Good night, folks.
And they left show business forever.
We'll just end the episode here.
Will this never do another podcast?
I'm walking away from the mic.
That would be hilarious. Like, you hear what they ended on? They learned
about Arby's.
They did like 200 episodes and Arby's just killed them.
They initially served only roast beef, sandwiches, potato chips, and soft drinks. Let's do a deep dive into Arby's Wikipedia.
Now they've got the Meat Mountain, which was it Zach that says it just tastes like a hot dog? There's so much meat together that it just tastes like a hot dog. Oh, wow, that cracks me up.
There are only 4 countries outside the United States. Turkey, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates, and Canada.
read that really strangely. It's in Canada.
Canada. The brothers wanted to call it Big Tex.
Oh.
But instead they decided to go Raffle Brothers, Arbys. All right, guys.
Yeah, they're good form because I'm sitting here thinking about what does Arbys mean.
Baked potatoes were added to the menu in 1968.
Nice. That was a turning point. They still have baked potatoes?
They don't really have them. They don't really have them where
Dude, they used to
former.
Look how many
Arby's
former.
countries.
What did Arbys do to get kicked out of
Taiwan?
Oh, closed in the late 80s. We only missed it by a lifetime.
There's so many places they got closed.
What did they do?
They used to be in Australia, Mexico, Ecuador, Brazil, Chile, Japan, Netherlands, Poland, United Kingdom, Jordan, Egypt, Indonesia, Kuwait, Philippines, Malaysia, Portugal, Bahamas, Taiwan.
Bahamas.
They didn't qualify for the American Disabilities Act. All right. Well, okay. That's been a deep dive.
We will not add handicap ramps to our stores. It's just against what Mr. R&B stood for.
I mean, why do you have to?
R&B. Instead of R&D, that would be research and belliment.
Research and beef.
Yeah. I like mine better. I like belliment because it's not a real word. But talking about goddamn we had things lined up and it's just like, what's Arby's called? I was talking to my friend and it's been on my mind for like 2 straight days.
Why didn't you look it up?
Because that's the way I roll. I live in ignorance.
I was trying to figure out how something worked earlier when I was walking around. What was it? Some math.
How some math worked. Apparently, if you get a song stuck in your head, if you do math, it gets rid of the song because it's 2 different parts of your brain. Also, if a song gets perpetually stuck in your head to the point where you can't think, you might be getting ready to have a stroke.
No.
Yes.
I've heard that's also if you have a crazy deja vu. Like deja vu that makes you like lose your balance.
Oh, I had deja vu when I was younger so bad that I passed out.
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No.
No.
No. What? A deja vu. Yeah. I used to get it bad when I was younger.
Things like deja vu make sense to have the French term for it. Because like in American, in English, you'll just be like,
what?
Like,
I had one of those, that's happened. Again.
Right. Exactly. It wouldn't be a good English term for that.
Yeah. Yeah, man, the other day I was walking, I had one of those, this happened again kind of feelings. Yeah, deja vu, sacre bleu, deja vu.
Frenchman. Let's throw them under the bus.
Island of Dr. Moreau.
The Doctor of Island Moreau.
That's what we were saying the other night.
What is it? I don't even know what it is.
The Island of Dr. Moreau.
Oh.
Oh, my Lord. I forgot we were even doing a podcast.
So did everyone listening.
Right. Like,
Listen, okay.
Back on track.
Mr. Lee, is this you talking or the liquor? Randy. I am the liquor.
Here's another one I found myself. Police only investigate attempted burglaries at even-numbered homes.
Now, is that a theory? Is that some crackpot theory?
That's what the headline says. So I imagine someone probably did they looked at all the data and were like, "Whoa! It looks like if you report a burglary at, say, 17 Bel Air Drive, they're not going. But if you live at 18 Bel Air Drive,
because that's where the Fresh Prince lives."
But the thing is, there's all these studies and stuff and research, and at the end of the day, we're basically wet robots.
Right. That's a good way to put it.
There's a lot of stuff that we do that's like programmed and like pattern recognition, and it's a complicated.
Right.
And it gives us the illusion of personalities.
Yep. Fractals, man.
It's just the closer you get, the fucking further it gets. I want to thank fucking Jesus for the venison we're eating today. Good lean protein. I don't know why I decided to go there, but
Ted Nugent. Some lean, mean protein right there.
Give Listen to these fucking cops. If you don't live at fucking,
they'll never get my good guns. I got all my good guns buried in the yard.
But an odd number.
Yeah, and an odd number did. And guess where the map is? Freaking nowhere, man. That's up here. That's up here in the old nude skull. Yeah, bloody steaks, just like I like them. Squirrel meat, Arbys.
We went on a YouTube deep dive and found this woman.
Oh,
finding roadkill, cooking it and eating it. Which honestly, that's not the weird part. Because that's whatever. If you want to find roadkill and cook it and eat it.
Yeah, that was part of the weird part, but
it was part of the weird part. Excuse me. The weird part was when she showed us she had a beaver fur merkin.
Yes.
She's like, I have a shamanistic. It was like it was just a triangle of beaver fur with like Walmart beads in it.
Yeah.
And then she's like, this is my shamanistic beaver fur merkin.
Yeah. And I don't mean to come off wrong here, but she didn't look like the type that would need a merkin. She looked like a very hairy woman.
I didn't get that impression at all.
She had dreads for days. She was all hairy. I mean, just fine. That's your life. I'm not judging. I'm just saying if I was a betting man.
Sure.
I don't think, and that would apply to anyone in that particular circle, sphere.
Okay.
Male or female.
Right on. What are we talking about?
Merkins. Beaver merkins.
No, back up.
Who even needs a merkin?
Even numbered houses. Let me go back to my point about wet robots. We'll go back to my point about wet robots.
Okay, wet robots.
Because we're pattern recognition, all that.
Right.
You know?
I'm really in here, man. Yeah.
There are things that people will do. There's no... I can't imagine, maybe I'm wrong, the police officers are saying, like, I don't like odd numbers.
Right.
But, like, if you go back through all of history and look at everything everyone's ever done, you'll see these fucking patterns.
Those even numbers have a nice ring to them. In your head, think about numbers. What's easier to do? It's 2, 4, 6, 8. You know, that rolls off the tongue easier than 1, 3, 5, 7, 9.
Oh, my God.
You know what I mean? See how long it took me to say that versus 2, 4, 6, 8, 10? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9.
The proof is in there.
The proof is in the pudding, man.
Well, am I making my point clear? You understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
People have they have tendencies.
Yeah, there were tendencies.
People have tendencies. And
instincts.
It's like if you go across all cultures, you know, like you play a fucking E major, that sounds nice to people.
Everywhere.
It just sounds good.
Yeah. Unless you're a Klingon or something.
Klingon. You threw that word away.
I threw my head. I spit on them. Klingon. What are you talking about?
People make discordant music.
Right.
And
it's called jazz.
And sometimes police...
All the notes you don't play in regular music.
I used to listen to this band. I can't remember what they were called. But it was like it was a bassist, a piano player, and percussion, I think. Mm-hmm. And they would each do their own thing. Yeah. Like they each play their own melody. And they would sometimes line up, and then they drift away from each other. Mm-hmm. And like one guy would kind of speed up, and he would like influence the other guys. But they were all doing their own thing. And it was maddening.
Yeah.
Like, it was kind of cool and rhythmic and interesting. Right. And I used to try to, like, work on stuff, like do design work or, like, study.
Right.
And I would, like, I felt like I would just, like, lose my personality for a second.
Yeah, like, what is this? Yeah.
My point is, yeah, if you're digging through stuff and you're finding patterns, it doesn't mean these police are dickheads. Maybe they are. Right. But if they are.
Right.
But, like... is my point coming across at all?
A little, yeah. I see what you're saying. You went a long way around into Crazyville to come back to it, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
That's like a detour.
It's like a detour through Crazy Town. We're all just wet robots, man, and we're all programmed.
Just fucking fractals and...
Yeah, and that's, that's not to say that cops are only going to even numbers houses.
Just giving us the illusion of free will. I mean, if you get down to the bottom of it, any motivation that you have is just the same as any thought you have. You're not in control of the next thought as you are the previous thought.
Right, man. Puppets on strings, buddy.
Fucking scan it in.
Scan them in. But somehow that ended up us talking about a lady eating roadkill. We're off the rails.
Do you have anything to say? Do you have any counterpoint to my even-numbered home theory?
No. I don't even know where to start with that.
Imagine this. Imagine I'm just making all these headlines up.
It wasn't like I'm going out telling anybody. Oh, wait, we are.
Blasting this onto the internet.
Yeah,
I'm not making them up.
Right, and I don't expect anyone... If you walk away from this legitimately thinking we've given you any semblance of intelligence, then...
Dude, some of these you can't make up. I'm not going to make up a story about a woman fertilizing a dog.
That's goofy.
Eggs, having her egg fertilized. What was it?
The woman's egg fertilized by dog fart.
I mean, if I'm coming up with this shit every day...
I keep seeing dog for art as fart. Fertilized by dog fart project. That's what I keep saying. Woman's egg fertilized by dog fart project. What happened? Well, this was an unexpected turn of events. We were doing a project testing dog farts, and bang, Susan got pregnant. That's your story, Susan. That's what you're going with.
That's what happened. I was at the dog fart institution. People should name like real serious things like that. Like, imagine if it was some like CIA operation to like kill Osama and it was Project Dog Fart.
Right.
Like, why? Wasn't it called like Unified Freedom or something ridiculous?
It was something like
Zero Dark 30.
It may be called Zero Dark 30.
Way better than Wet Dog Fart.
Wet Dog Fart. God, Lord. It's so gross. Yeah, because I mean, I guess that's your whole thing. If I was high up in the military and I was in charge of giving things names, I'd be pulling straight up Call of Duty code names. Or
I mean, you've seen when I had the reins of editing everything, how I used to name the show.
Yeah, it didn't even make any sense. I was like, it doesn't have anything to do with the show.
We just name it crazy shit.
It was usually the first thing we said at the beginning of the episode. It'd be like, Platypus Bill butt blanks. And I'd be like, what did we talk about in that? Not Platypus Bill butt blanks.
Right? I mean, if you go back to our deep dive, like there's like Naple pasted tips.
Yeah, Well, that's when you put toothpaste on your nipples to try and prove if that internet theory worked, where kids were saying you can get high if you put toothpaste on your nipples.
I didn't get high.
Yeah.
This just did.
The facts are in.
The research, the data's come back 2 years after the fact.
Yeah. Sam did not get high. I remember you were doing it, and I kept saying, you need to put saran wrap on them. I think you got to put saran wrap.
Yeah, go back to that. Go back to listen to that episode. It's called Maple Pasted Tips. I think part 2.
Yeah.
I think I was naming things just weird because I thought it was funny.
Yeah, and it was a nightmare.
I was in a nightmare.
It was a nightmare.
I used to wake up at late.
Mr. Lee, is this you talking or the liquor? Randy. I am the liquor.
Okay, I found 2 articles that are about the same thing.
Okay.
Well, not about the same story, but they have a theme. Okay. Number 1, oyster flatulence.
It's the one I just glimpsed. I'm glad you went with that.
Worries climate scientists. Now, I knew that cow farts are like a huge problem.
I guess everything farts.
And termite farts. Whoa.
Termite farts are a big thing?
Apparently huge. Well, because you wouldn't know, but think of how many termites there are.
Yeah, I guess. I was saying everything farts.
They say that the biomass of just ants is 10 to 1 for humans.
Yeah, there's so many ants. Do they fart? I guess everything farts, right?
Yeah, it's ways. When you digest stuff, it
just makes gas.
Yeah. But apparently the methane from our factory farming and our overproduction,
processed foods,
processed diets, the methane gases are building up in the atmosphere and making so I have to drive a goddamn Prius. You think I want to drive one?
I want to be cool like Carrot Top.
I want to be cool. I want to drive a fucking Porsche. They don't make an electric one. I looked.
Schwarzenegger just finally turned his Hummer to be completely electric.
Well, that's cool for him. I'm turning it to Dr. Phil.
It took him 35 years to figure out how to do it.
He did it?
Well, I'm sure he has a team of Swartzy scientists.
The way you worded it was like he's been tinkering and figuring it out.
He's the head of that organization. I mean, he's the face of it.
Imagine that slam dunk. If he fixes the energy crisis or something.
Single-handedly.
Like him. He's been tinkering, on the side.
Yeah.
On the side, him and Dolph Lundgren.
Are just actually doing something. I would love that.
A great man.
Yeah. Batting 300 or whatever sports analogy you want to throw in there.
That Bill Burr joke, man.
It's true.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No.
I'd be like, of course Arnold Schwarzenegger was the one who, blah, blah, blah. Well, imagine, of course he was the one who figured out cold fusion. Of course.
Right.
Oh, it's just in my muscles the whole time?
Yeah. All you have to do is you have to think.
And they lock him into the machine.
Oh, and he looks just like Mr. Freeze.
I was thinking Terminator, and he gives a thumbs up. Oh. And they turn it on.
Does he sacrifice himself?
He sacrifices himself for humanity. Imagine that's how that man goes out. Slow clap for Arnold.
Arnold Schwarzenegger went out with a bang.
He's doing the math. He's like, no.
No, wait, I forgot to carry the 3.
And it turned, but he's doing it. He's like, figures, no, the only way I have to sacrifice. And they're like, turn it on, turn the machine.
And Dolph Lundgren's like,
he just jumps into the hadron collider. That's what does it.
Yeah, vaporizes him. That fires him at light speed into a singularity.
At Dolph Lundgren.
And who's working the controls?
With Sylvester Stallone. I'm gonna miss you guys.
Let's just keep doing this. This is fun for me.
Here's the second one. French oysters go on sale at vending machines.
Vending machine oysters. I mean, that's it may be totally fine, and this may be this may be my Western mind.
Yeah,
but
French.
Oh, yeah, that's Western. But that's the type of thing you see here. You just see like a fish laying in a box, and they're like, you want to buy this? And I'm like, I'm like, I don't know, buddy. He's not talking.
I agree.
Yeah, but I mean, I was pretty surprised the first time I saw you could buy socks and underwear in a vending machine. I'm like, all right, who's that's
not going bad.
Right.
You can buy used underwear in a vending machine.
Can you?
Yeah, in fucking kinky ass Japan.
What a living.
Who's collecting them? Who's wearing them and then bringing them and putting them in a vending machine? What's the business behind collecting and selling
strange
used panties?
World we live in, man. I love it. Right? Just slip and slide in the
that's
grease.
why I'm saying, it might as well Arnold Schwarzenegger jumps into the fucking
might as well.
Because there's a fucking man or woman, whatever, collecting panties, putting them in a machine for other creeps to fucking buy.
And they're making a buck off of it.
A good buck.
A good buck. I mean, yeah, because that's not that far of a leap, really. It's just that something that you accept. For some reason, why is that acceptable? Why does it seem less crazy that clams farting is going to destroy the planet than Arnold Schwarzenegger could save the damn thing? It doesn't seem I mean, that's on the same page of the same screenplay.
Right.
You know, like
Maybe that's what's causing the problem. So he solves it.
by eating all the oysters.
There's too many for him, not for one man. It's Matt Stoney who's going to solve it.
Yeah. Oh, Megatoad. Yeah, but so, I don't know, vending machine, you think that's related? So they're trying to sell more oysters.
I don't know if that's related. No, I don't think they're related. But oysters, they both have oysters. Oyster farts, though. I mean, are oysters...
Are there that many oysters? If there's that many of them, why are they so damn expensive?
Yeah, I went to a fucking town where the whole town's infrastructure was built up
It's down south here.
on oyster shells.
Yeah.
It was more, I've seen literally every one of you listening to this right now. I have seen more oyster shells in my day trip down there than you have in all of your lives combined. I have seen off the shores of Taiwan.
I've seen oysters off the shoulder of Orion.
How many times in a row
We just going to reference that. We still haven't seen the sequel, damn it.
I know. Well, it's fucking 3 hours long,
I know.
man.
We tried to squeeze it in today and it just...
Couldn't squeeze it.
You couldn't squeeze it. Couldn't get squeezed. But yeah, no, you've been there, but I actually, I saw that on YouTube, like a little documentary about that town. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The end.
Mr. Lee, is this you talking or the liquor? Randy. I am the liquor.
Here's one more.
Okay.
Nose hair extensions are the next hot beauty trend.
I saw that and I instantly just passed on it.
Just pass. Who's extended? Like two little braids coming out of your nose.
Well, yeah, and I saw it, and it was like this lady, and she had like it basically just looked like a mustache. It was like nose hairs just coming down onto her lips.
Extensions.
Like when was that a thing?
Now. Hot new trend.
Yeah, hot new trend. Yeah, right. Just read the damn thing, Nate.
I mean, I've seen like old men who get those super. I have one eyebrow.
I do
that's
too.
real long.
I see it.
Yeah, you see.
I've got one too. I can probably find it. He's the overachiever, man. He's the employment of.
I pull him out and he comes right back.
Yeah, I've got like an employee of the month eyebrow hair. He's just overachieving. He's got his name on the plaque
Imagine
every month.
eyebrow extensions, like just little braids coming off of you.
We know old men get that. Remember that guy who was juicing stuff for a while? Had those giant like moth eyebrows that made those horns.
Juice and stuff. Where? On TV and on the street. What are we talking about?
Yeah, let me set up some context. Remember that guy juicing stuff had eyebrows like a moth? All right, goodbye.
Want to play the card?
Yeah, let's play the card.
What are we playing it on? We got oyster flatulence, oyster vending machines. We got woman's egg fertilized by dog.
Long sigh.
There's the odd number homes, and then there's nose hair extensions. I say woman's egg fertilized by dog.
I mean, it's gotta be.
I want to see what she looks like.
That's sexist, Sam.
I mean, I want to see what the dog looks like. Maybe I'm talking about the dog.
No.
No, I'm not, because a woman dog's not gonna fertilize no woman egg. There we go. Is that we're gonna choose the woman fertilizing an egg?
That's what we're choosing.
Let's play the card.
Blah. All right.
Woman's egg fertilized by dog for art project. Dog fart project.
Dog fart project.
A Slovenian artist has been fertilized by her dog for an award-winning art project. Why was award-winning taken out of the headline?
Right? That added a lot more to it.
Award-winning.
What was the... Can we speculate for a second before... Like, what's the award?
Artist Maja Smrakar had her eggs artificially fertilized by cells from her pet dog Byron. The work of art is a part of a series of works by Smrakar to celebrate the relationship and bond between humans and dogs. Her eggs were fertilized with non-reproductive cells from Byron, her Scottish Border Collie. Oh, somatic cells are non-sexual cells, so the material used was not sperm. Process used was not fully explained.
I'm getting that feeling from this whole story.
According to Ars
It's pretty vague,
website,
and let's give her an award.
the result is a hybrid cell, inherent in which is a dystopian scenario, but which you could create a new species whose chances of survival on planet Earth are better than ours. What? That's a leap.
Is that what the award is? Just for creative writing?
The artist also reportedly breastfed an Icelandic sheepdog after going on a special lactation-enhancing diet as part of her project. Nathan.
We both went to art school. Okay.
Look at the smug look on her face.
I would be smug as fuck if I pulled that off. I'm not going to lie.
She also provided serotonin, a tissue hormone from her own body and from her dog Byron, for chemists to use to make a special human dog fragrance. Guys,
I know what? Give her the award. I'm all for it.
She's thinking on all cylinders. She's got chemists making human dog fragrances called I Hunt Nature and Culture Hunts Me.
Give it to. I'm down.
Her project called Canine Topology took the Golden Nika for hybrid art in the Prix Ars Electronica. Canine Topology is true hybrid artwork with a profound biopolitical message and is certain to bring a lot of discussion to the audience from both the art and science sides, the jury said in the statement.
Well, they got us, man. We're talking about it. But no, you know what? I went into that skeptical, and I still think that's insane. But you got to hand it to anyone who's thinking on that many levels. It is a bit bizarre.
She's combining serotonin with her pet dog and making fragrances.
And she's breastfeeding
Icelandic sheepdogs.
An Icelandic sheepdog.
After consuming a special lactation-enhancing diet. But guys, this is why we play the card. Sometimes
it just pays off.
Here it is.
You know, people say that there's something about the outside of a horse that touches the inside of a man.
You know, Ronald Reagan said that, or someone big.
Ronald Reagan said that?
That's the quote that we were at a fucking
Ronald Reagan.
Something about the outside of a horse quote.
Something about the outside of this dog. Winston Churchill.
I mean, Ronald Reagan's a jump, but I mean, I was in the same sort of...
All right. You're right. For some reason, that just sounded better than Ronald Reagan for some reason.
Ronald Reagan.
Well, you know, there's something about the outside of a horse that Mr. Gorbachev... That was stupid.
I want to thank Kishibashi for letting us use his song intro/pathos of the album 151A.
Yeah.
I also want to thank you guys for listening.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. You guys have been listening more and more. Some of you have been listening here's my theory. Either the people who are already listening are listening more. Or more people are listening.
Yeah.
It could be either one.
And either way.
The results aren't in yet.
Yeah. I mean, it took us 2 years to get the Naple Pasted Tip results back, so.
Yeah, I mean, who knows when the podcast download numbers are coming in.
Stay tuned.
We're going to blast them out here for you folks. Because you're fucking waiting for them. If you guys want to send us headlines, any shit, you guys can do that at Royal Week. Also, listen, wait, I'm going to interrupt this.
You're interrupting yourself.
I am.
Okay.
Because listen, people keep messaging me and saying, where do I send the headlines to?
Oh, yeah, that's happened to me. Yeah.
How more clear can we be? Guys, if you want to send us headlines, Royal WeCast on Twitter, at Royal WeCast, or Royal WeCast. It's Royal We, ROYALWECAST, cast, like podcast. Royal WeCast at gmail.com. Don't ask me that. And if you're asking me that, just give me the headline.
Hey, where should I send this thing? Well, just tell me now.
Right?
Yeah.
And you know what, guys?
Friends like these, huh?
If you guys want to support us with things other than headlines,
yeah.
You guys, you know what? We have a Patreon now.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we keep forgetting to talk about it.
We do.
And we want to thank all our Patreon supporters. A couple of you guys are supporting us. That's really cool.
Yeah.
You guys can support us at patreon.com/TheRoyalWe.
Link.
You can also message us and say, hey, where do we support you?
Yeah.
I don't need to sound ungrateful.
Yeah. Yeah, we're the opposite of that. We're just really unorganized.
Dude, it takes everything we have to get this to you every week. But there's bonus episodes now.
Yeah.
So if you guys give us $5 every month, you get access to more of this.
Right.
And the bonus episodes are way less reined in.
Yeah, if you can imagine. They're way less loose. Like we're like eating food.
Way more loose.
Oh, yeah, what'd I say? Less
What
loose?
are you telling them about the eating food? Yeah, the audio's worse.
Yeah, it's terrible. I don't even bother to edit them. You guys are getting garbage, man. Let's pay for this garbage.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you guys for supporting us.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Dad. Good night, Dad.
Good night, Mr. Leahy. He's drinking liquor in heaven now. He's drinking with the angels now.
How many buttons you put on this?
As many as I can think of. I think that was it. He's having a little drinky poo with Jesus now. Who even needs a merkin?